Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tim Bourne, and I'm an Associate Dean in the Padnos College of Engineering, and it's my pleasure to welcome all of you to the Order of the Engineer Ring Ceremony. Graduates, congratulations on making it to today. It's been a long road from EGR 100 to EGR 486, and I'm glad to see you here. For some of you, this was a very intense 4 years. For others, a very intense 5 years. Others maybe took a less direct path than 8 or 9 years to make it to today. For all of you, there was this thing called COVID that intruded at some point in time upon your academic journey. But you made it to this moment, and we're all very, very proud of you. Parents, I know it's been a long road for each of you as well, but your child has worked hard, they've persevered, and they've made it to the end. Thank you for all of the support that you provided to make sure that we are here today celebrating our graduates. Congratulations to you, parents. Spouses, significant others, siblings, grandparents, friends, other loved ones, you're all part of this community too, that these graduates have needed to arrive at this day. Thank you for all of your support, and congratulations to each of you as well for making sure that we are here today. All right, graduates, we are here for the Order of the Engineer Ring Ceremony. It's a ceremony that welcomes you to the engineering profession. It is with great joy that your professors are going to lead this ceremony, culminating with the presentation of the ring to each one of you. Please wear that ring with pride to remind yourself that you are an engineer, and even better, that you are a GVSU engineer. All right, to get this ceremony started, I would like to introduce our dean, Dr. Bayo Ogundipe. Dr. Ogundipe has been the dean of the Padnos College of Engineering for a total of 5 months now. So he likes to use that as an excuse for not knowing what's going on, but I think you've used that a little too often. Prior to starting at Grand Valley, Bayo was at James Madison University in Virginia, where he was a professor of engineering. He spent the last 5 years there as the head of their Department of Engineering. He received his bachelor's degree from the University of Lagos in Nigeria in chemical engineering, then his master's degree from Stevens Institute of Technology in New Jersey, also in chemical engineering, and then his PhD in environmental engineering from Stevens Institute of Technology. I've had the pleasure of working closely with Bayo for the last 5 months. I've found him to be thoughtful and deliberate, and I have been told, and I'm going to remind him, we're supposed to keep remarks brief today. So, Bayo, please come on up and give some brief remarks for us.
All right, thank you, team. Welcome, everyone. Congratulations and good evening. So I've been asked to give the remarks, and I thought to myself, what do you tell a group of newly minted engineers? Well, I have a ring, and I was about to say, in brightest day and darkest night. If you get that reference, you should be very proud of yourself. But I joke too much. 2 things, to keep it brief. What do you need to know when you go out there? You're about to become professionals. I mean, you've completed the course of study. I'll say one of them Tim has already mentioned, but I'll start with the other one, the one that we don't always emphasize. As you go out, I want you to be humble, humility. Humility in your practice, humility in your person. It is with that humility that you are going to be able to do your job properly, because it will force you to listen, to not be so arrogant, to not think that you know it all, you figured it out, to not carry yourself with a particular arrogance that makes it difficult for people to actually want to work with you. Engineers have to be people that other people trust. Be humble. Understand that you have achieved a lot. You've been through a lot. But maybe because of all of that, one of the more challenging things that you will have to learn to cultivate is humility, to work with your teams. But it's also the humility that will allow you to be grateful for all that you've achieved, and for the people that will help you, that have helped you to get to this point, and will continue to help you along the way. So I say, be humble. Now, the other side of that coin, I'm also going to tell you to be proud. How does that work? Well, because you've earned it. This is a noble profession. You've become part of something that is phenomenal. Civilization depends on the work that you do. Did you know that? I'm sure you do. If everything that we know and we cherish about modern civilization were to disappear today, the first people you need will be engineers. For that reason, I say walk with that extra bounce in your step. Stand tall. And when you get this ring, wear it with pride. Know that you're an engineer. Feel it. Feel that power, right? But always remember that with great power comes what? Great responsibility. My job is done. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Wendy Reffer, and I have the honor of starting the ceremony to induct everybody into the Order of the Engineer. We begin with the engineering title. The term engineer first entered common usage for the more successful builders and artisans late in the 18th century, when the Industrial Revolution began. It was only after the Renaissance of knowledge, beginning in the 14th century, that a scientific foundation was established to replace the trial and error methods of earlier engineering practice. One of the earliest definitions of engineering was developed by Thomas Tregold, a famous engineer, architect, and writer, shortly after the Institute of Civil Engineers of Great Britain was formed in 1818. His definition, the art of directing the great forces of power in nature for the use and convenience of man, was adopted and appears in the Institute's publications. Professor Hardy Cross, in a book of his talks entitled Engineers and Ivory Towers, noted that the use and convenience of man are not always identical. Engineering does not tell men what they should want or why they want it. Rather, it recognizes a need and tries to meet it. Thus, Watt saw the need for steam engines, and Bell the need for telephones. Innovation and service are essential components of engineering practice. It is a creative, purposeful, and evolutionary profession. Its practice involves the application of immutable physical laws that can never be violated without penalty.
Is this one on? Maybe I have to pick it up. All right. My name's Phil Hittipole. I get to share a little about the history of the Order of the Engineer. The professional purpose, as we kind of alluded to before, of engineering involves the pursuit of a learned art in the spirit of public service. By following the precepts of the obligation accepted in public gatherings such as this, the individual engineer reinforces similar efforts of their peers, realizing that in unity there is strength. Decades ago, our engineering counterparts in Canada had this same feeling. They believed that a need existed for the introduction of a spirit of community and cohesiveness among engineers. They believed that a good way to achieve this purpose would be to instill a consciousness of belonging to one another, to themselves as individuals, and to those whom they served. Thus was brought into being, in 1926 in Canada, what is now known as the Ritual of the Calling of an Engineer. The words of the ritual were written by the English author Rudyard Kipling, who had strong feelings for engineers as the builders of things intended to benefit mankind. In 1953, correspondence began between the Canadian Wardens for the Calling of an Engineer and the officers of the Ohio Society of Professional Engineers, with a view to extending the Canadian ceremony to the United States. Dean Burrell Bush of Cleveland State University designed and held the first ring ceremony on June 4th, 1970. 170 engineering seniors and engineering faculty members took part in this first ceremony. Such is the story of the creation of the Order of the Engineer in the United States. It is patterned on the Canadian concept, but with differences which are distinctly ours, with a stainless steel ring symbolizing the strength and unity of the profession and publicly identifying us as engineers. It is difficult to visualize any better symbolism than the continuity of a ring, worn for all to see. It says that here is an engineer with a publicly avowed obligation to their profession and to those it serves.
Hello, my name is Heidi Jiao, and I'm here to share the significance of the order. The Order of the Engineer, to which you will soon belong, is an independent organization. And the purpose is to foster a feeling of pride in and dedication to that profession which binds us together. You are asked to accept with pride the meaning of this ceremony to which you are about to subscribe. The obligation should be freely given and the responsibility gladly accepted. The order is symbolized by the acceptance of an obligation and the wearing of a stainless steel ring on the little finger of the working hand. The obligation is the formal statement of an engineer's responsibilities to the public and to the profession. It is a creed similar to the oaths attributed to Hippocrates that is commonly taken by medical graduates and which sets forth an ethical code. The obligation likewise contains parts of the canon of ethics of major engineering societies. Initiates as they voluntarily accepted pledge to uphold the standards and dignity of the engineering profession and to serve humanity by making the best use of Earth's precious and limited resources. The obligation is a composition of several creeds. It emphasizes the fact that we, as engineers, have certain obligations. It promotes honesty and integrity and recognizes that today's engineers are dependent on their predecessors for their skills.
I'm Shirley Fleischman, and I am going to read you a little bit about the significance of the ring. The ring, a symbol of pride, prestige, and honor, and professionalism among all engineers in the United States, also serves as a reminder of our obligation to society. The symbol of your desire to serve the public is the engineer's ring. The ring that you will wear on the fifth finger of the working hand will say to all who see it, "Here is an engineer, possessed of a publicly avowed dedication to the profession and to the public that they serve." It is our symbol. Wear it for all to see. It is a badge of recognition which will become known to all as a sign of a learned professional pledged to making the best use of Earth's precious and limited resources.
Hi, my name is Samitha Rhodes, and I will be leading you in the acceptance of the obligation. So I get to say the nerdiest things. Engineers assemble. Will all the candidates for induction into the Order of the Engineer please stand and face the audience? Will all current members of the Order of the Engineer please stand? Candidates for the Order of the Engineer is an independent movement. The purpose is to foster a feeling of pride in and dedication to our profession. Your membership in the Order is symbolized by the acceptance of an obligation and the wearing of the stainless steel ring on the little finger of the working hand. There are no meetings other than this ceremony, and there are no dues. It is with humility and the need for guidance that we take this pledge. So raise your right hand and recite with me the obligation of an engineer, which is on page 3 of your programs. I am an engineer. In my profession, I take deep pride. To it, I owe solemn obligations. As an engineer, I pledge to practice integrity and fair dealing, tolerance and respect, and to uphold devotion to the standards and the dignity of my profession, conscious always that my skill carries with it the obligation to serve humanity by making the best use of the Earth's precious wealth. As an engineer, I shall participate in none but honest enterprises. When needed, my skill and knowledge shall be given without reservation for the public good. In the performance of duty and in fidelity to my profession, I shall give my utmost. You may be seated. Now, in the presence of your fellow engineers, you will be called forward to sign your certificate and receive your ring as an indication of your acceptance of the obligation of the Order of the Engineer. You will then place your working hand through the ceremonial ring and receive your ring as the outward sign of your profession. So this is a time when you can hoop and holler and come take pictures. We're going to start. Yep.
Let me slide this over some. You guys ready?
Oh, so you can sign and leave your certificates at the seat, and then walk forward and get your ring. Yeah.
We'll give them a minute to
All
sign.
right. All right. We will give you a minute to sign.
The front row in particular. Huh? All right. I think that's quite lined up.
All right.
All
I
right.
should also, oops, sorry. I should also say that if we butcher your names, we apologize in advance.
All right. We ready to begin? All right, let's go.
Cheering is preferred. Yes. Yes.
All right, come on down, Quentin Bauer.
Brooke Becker.
Kyle Bellion.
Rylan Bernhardt.
Stephanie Bixby.
Aidan Bone.
Austin Breen.
Isabel Brigman.
Caden Brynsma.
Ian Burgess.
Khalil Chame.
Jacob Clary.
Freddie Cosio Terrazas.
Patrick Cribbins.
Sebastian Cuevas.
John Danig.
Elizabeth Devine.
Caleb DeWitt.
Riley Dillon.
Ethan Duffy.
Paul Durant.
Brian Farrell.
Kiwan Farrell Bay.
Peyton Fisher.
Mark Gunner.
Trayvon Gunter.
All right.
Hibiki Hoshida.
Caitlin Hudenko.
Aaron Jagger.
Isaac Janus.
Daniel Johnston.
Matthew Youngman.
Benjamin Calamine.
Jason Campis.
Alec Kent.
Dante Canarian.
Jason Kondrat.
Aaron Beyonce Lahoy Lahoy.
Christopher Lamas II.
Jacob Law.
Theodore Levere.
Brady Lindell.
Aidan Longpree.
Ben Lukasik.
Cooper McCarthy.
Marcus McIlwain.
Marcus Messman.
Lucas Myers.
Hallie Nedowin.
Olivia Need.
Charlie Nylander.
Dugan O'Donnell.
Jonathan J. Osborne.
Tim Osipsov.
Chow Pham.
Colby Phipps.
Grace Pisecki.
Carter Pilger.
Kamina Pokral.
Samuel Riggs.
Jaden Roloffs.
Emma Rose.
Madeline Ross.
Tegan Russell.
Nicholas Rashava.
Kyle Shaver. Kaylor Siebelink.
Musa Salah.
Haley Siwek.
Nolan Smith.
Ryan Smith.
Mason Selecki.
Eric William Spindler.
Brooke Spradlin.
Brandon Sprunk.
Tyler Stasinas.
Bradley Stetzer.
Spencer Talsma.
Drew Thompson.
Brenna Tiernan.
Jonah Van Wingen.
Levi Vandegucci.
Caleb Veenstra.
Hannah Vergan.
Nathan Vaktaveen.
Nicholas Webby.
Logan Weisner.
Cameron Wirtz.
Zach White.
Annalise Wojciechowski.
Evan Yejik.
And Thomas Zoldowski.
And that wraps it up for the class of 2025.
At this point, I'd like to acknowledge some different students and groups. So first of all, any student that was a member of the Frederick Meyer Honors College, could you please stand up? Thank you. And now the members of Tau Beta Pi Engineering Honor Society, please stand. Thank you. And if you're a member of any of our professional student organizations, please stand. Thank you. All of those activities, groups that you were a part of took time out of your schedules, away from your studies, but I'm sure they all contributed to your experience as students here. So thank you for participating in those groups. Now we will be presenting the outstanding senior projects. So the People's Choice for the senior projects that were voted on by all the people that came through and viewed your projects, there were actually two winners for that. So the first is the Mission Design and Automation, the Siemens training card. So if you remember that, please come up. Marcus, Emma, Madeline, Eric, and Zachary. Go. And the second was the GBSU Biology Wildlife Imager. Caitlin, Mark, Jason. Olivia, Jonah, and Cameron. outstanding project as voted on by the faculty, we have the AutoCAM Medical Precision Rod Measurement System. Ryan, sorry, Marcus, Brooke, Ryan, and Nathan. These are. And we give out an award to the outstanding co-op student of the year. This year, the award goes to Grace Paisecki. And before you get too far, just one second. We also give excellence in the discipline. And this year's for the biomedical engineering is Grace Paisecki. For the computer engineering program, Rylan Bernhardt. For electrical engineering, John Danig. For mechanical engineering, Madeline Burrell. For the engineering master's program, we have Matthew Hartwell. And for product design and manufacturing, we have Alec Kent.
So it's my job to close this out. Graduates, you may not be aware of this, but the College of Engineering was really started at the behest of the local industry. So you may have heard that we are the Padnos College of Engineering. You may have taken some of your lab classes in the Keller Engineering Building. You may have been in class in the Kennedy. You may have been in the Shape Innovation Design Center. Those are all buildings that were provided for by the members of our community. So I want to get that out there and provide some thanks to them too. This is a college that was built by the local West Michigan community, was seeing that there was a need for graduates like you to be able to carry on the strong traditions. This has been a long day for you, I know. It has been an even longer day for another set of people. And I know I can already see them grimacing, but in the back, hiding are Ash and Hannah. Ash and Hannah, please raise your hands. This day doesn't happen without Ash and Hannah and the many volunteers. You can see some other blue shirts back there. I see Aaron in the corner, the student workers, some of our advising staff and so forth, who all volunteered to make sure that this day happened and that it was hopefully the best day of your time at Grand Valley, because it's the time that you get to graduate and get that ring. So with that, I just want to one last time say congratulations to the 2025 class of the Padnos College of Engineering.